Imagine looking in a mirror, but it's not just your face staring back. It's like the ghost of who you could be. You see the potential.
Right.
The decisions not made, the time maybe wasted. That gap between who you are now and that, ultimate version of yourself.
Yeah.
That's the real frontier, isn't it? That's what we're diving into.
It really is. And that reflection, that gap, it sets the whole stage for our deep dive today.
Okay.
We're pulling together ideas from, well, all over. Stoicism, modern psychology, stories of really high achievers.
So what's the mission here? More than just motivation.
Oh, definitely. It's analytical. We want to distill the core stuff.
Yeah.
The radical ownership, the sacrifices you have to make, the belief system.
The things that really separate the, let's say, champion from the average.
Exactly. The professional high performer from the merely mediocre.
Okay, so let's get into it. The first big thing that jumps out from all this material, it seems simple. It's about timing. Time. So many people just wait. They wait for the perfect job, the perfect idea, the perfect bank balance.
They're waiting for everything to just magically align.
Yeah.
But the argument we're seeing is that starting, that's the only perfect condition you actually need.
So forget the ideal blueprint.
Right. It's about fighting that paralysis we get from wanting everything perfect before we move.
Perfection paralysis, yeah.
That paralysis, that brings us straight to this trap. The fallacy of the perfect pick, is that what the sources call it?
That's the term, yeah. The fallacy of the perfect pick.
We think we need that one brilliant idea, right? The one investor, the one hit.
The single shot that changes everything, like a lottery ticket for your career or your life.
Exactly. The lottery ticket mentality.
Yeah.
But applied to commitment.
Precisely. We're kind of trained to wait for that one big clean shot, save our energy.
But the evidence just doesn't back that up, does it?
No, not at all. The reality isn't about one perfect bite. It's about the habit of biting.
The habit of biting. Okay. You just have to keep engaging, keep trying, knowing you'll miss sometimes or you'll struggle. But the sources are pretty clear. You just learn to bite. Your teeth get stronger, so to speak, through doing it, through failing too.
Okay, but I have to ask, is there a danger there? Can you bite too recklessly? Action without any strategy? Doesn't that just lead to burnout?
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
And it comes down to defining biting. It's not just chaos.
Right.
It's disciplined initiation.
Yeah.
And about burnout, well, you have to tackle that feeling of being an imposter.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah. If you feel like one, the sources suggest it's often because, maybe, you are one. Relative to the challenge anyway. You haven't got the proof yet.
So that doubt, that voice, it's not something to just ignore or crush.
No, think of it like data. It's telling you something.
Okay.
The solution isn't to silence the voice by force. You listen, you acknowledge it exists because there's no proof yet.
And the way to silence it
Is to get the evidence. Get overwhelming proof through action. Undeniable action. That's what makes it quiet down.
So we need a shock to the system. Like, don't commit to changing your whole life tomorrow.
Maybe not the whole thing at once, no.
The challenge is simpler, more immediate. Commit to one day.
Just one day. Exactly.
Get up at 4 a.m. just once. Go for that run you keep putting off. Start that project.
Test your own willingness. Introduce yourself to the discomfort, the cold,
Yeah.
the break from routine.
Because doing the same thing over and over and expecting something different.
That's just, well, it's not logical, is it? It's a cognitive trap. You've got to switch up the mainframe somehow.
And conquering the clock, getting up when it's hard, that's the first piece of evidence.
It's the first piece of proof you give yourself that you can do the hard thing.
Okay, so you take action, you shock the system, but then comes the price tag, right? For that future self you're aiming for.
There's always a price.
And the reason most people maybe don't reach that potential, it's comfort. They're asleep when the world sleeps.
Literally and metaphorically, yeah.
You can't have that high-performing future if you're not willing to pay with those uncomfortable hours. The 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
The price is sacrifice.
Yeah.
And often it's the boring stuff, the monotonous, consistent effort.
Like the examples in the biographies you mentioned. The athlete. It wasn't the final shot people should admire most.
Right. It was the thousands of practice shots nobody saw. That's the person who gave stuff up.
Gave up drinking, hanging out.
Yeah, the person shooting hoops at midnight in an empty stadium while everyone else was comfortable.
So the question for anyone listening becomes really personal then. What comfort are you willing to sacrifice? And maybe even, who are you willing to spend less time with?
It's a tough question. Because if achieving your dreams feels hard, well, the struggle itself might be the point.
How so?
Hardship is a competitive advantage. If what you're chasing is really difficult, that's actually good.
Good. How is hard good?
It means the barrier to entry is high. Fewer people will even try it. It clears the path for those willing to actually endure.
So the difficulty filters people out.
Exactly. The bigger the potential reward, the more unseen, grinding work is usually required.
We tend to think success is about talent, or maybe just feeling motivated.
Yeah, but the sources really hammer this point. It's about consistency. Relentless consistency over feelings.
So the person who just shows up every day.
The person who goes to the gym every single day, whether they feel like it or not, they'll always beat the person who only goes when they're inspired. Always.
Because the value isn't just the workout itself.
No, it's the mental conditioning. Pushing past, I don't feel like it, forcing yourself to do the daily stuff.
The stuff you genuinely don't want to do sometimes.
That's how you build self-trust. You prove to yourself you can rely on.
Well, you.
Okay, so if that unseen labor, that consistency, is the price, then how do you pay for it right now? What's the currency?
Radical ownership. That's the operating currency.
Radical ownership. And that means internalizing this really harsh truth. No one is coming to save you.
Oof. Yeah, that's the core of it. No one's coming. That's the shift, isn't it? From depending on others or circumstances to self-mastery.
A strong internal locus of control, yes. No government program, no perfect mentor, no boss, no partner. They aren't going to build your business or heal your pain or make you wealthy.
It's all on you.
Entirely. Radical ownership means you own the inputs and the outputs, what you do and what happens as a result, regardless of what's going on outside.
Even your past.
Your traumas. You have to own your reaction to them now, move past dwelling on them, and take charge of where you're going today.
It feels like that drive to succeed, build, protect. It's already inside us, isn't it?
It often is, yeah, that innate instinct.
But sometimes it takes, a crisis, something big to wake it up.
Often, yes. Travesty or crisis can pull those primal instincts out.
Yeah.
You need that resistance sometimes to find that inner strength.
And when you hit that resistance, the negative stuff comes up. Anger, sadness, fear.
Engage it. Don't push it away. Don't avoid it. Use it. If you're angry, channel it. Focus it.
Right.
If you're sad, use that depth to fuel something meaningful.
Yeah.
Because if you don't use that energy,
It uses you.
it uses you. Turns into self-sabotage, procrastination, paralysis.
So avoiding the hard stuff, sitting on the couch, that's actually the guaranteed way to get worse.
Absolutely guaranteed. The choice is really simple, almost binary. Move towards the challenge, attack it, or retreat.
And retreating makes you weaker.
Always. Look, you might fail when you try something hard. You might fail spectacularly.
Right.
But you will be fundamentally better just for making the attempt, for engaging.
And that feeds into identity. The high achievers,
Yeah.
they just believe it more.
They have conviction. They're headstrong. They believe in their path, even when everyone else doubts them.
And that belief is tied to discipline.
Deeply.
Yeah.
And let's define discipline here. It's not punishment.
Okay.
It's the core of self-love. It's choosing to do the hard thing you hate doing, but doing it like you love it, with commitment, with precision.
This level of commitment, this intensity, it sounds like it often requires pulling back, an intentional withdrawal.
Yes, what the sources sometimes call the lonely chapter.
The lonely chapter, that sounds bleak.
It's not about being isolated because you failed. It's strategic, a tactical retreat.
To do what?
To go to war with yourself, with your own lazy habits, your undisciplined tendencies.
So solitude isn't the enemy here.
No, solitude is framed as the corridor, the gateway to your future self.
But most people avoid it.
Because it's uncomfortable. When you strip away the noise, the distractions,
Yeah.
you have to face that gap we talked about between who you are and who you say you want to be.
We live in so much noise now, don't we? Artificial significance, busyness.
A constant simulation of productivity, digital noise, social noise. You have to step outside that simulation to do real deep work.
And stepping out means looking hard at your environment, your people.
A ruthless audit, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially your social circle. You have to ask a really simple but deep question.
Which is?
Are the people in your life fountains or drains?
Fountains or drains? Okay. Explain that.
Do they give you energy, inspiration, support?
Yeah.
Or do they just consume your time, your attention, your energy?
And if they're drains?
You have to consciously disappear. For a while, maybe. Cut off the proximity, the attention, the availability. Protect your resources.
That sounds harsh.
It can be. But when you find that real solitude, it stops feeling like a monster. It becomes a gift.
A gift of clarity.
Exactly. Clarity to find your authentic self, set real priorities, and take a hard, honest look at where you're actually heading, say, in the next 5 years.
The 5-year check. It's not just dreaming, is it? It's confrontation.
It's total confrontation. With your current trajectory versus your desired one, solitude lets you write down the non-negotiables for the future. Figure out the steps.
And the pain you might feel in that lonely chapter. The difficulty of resisting old habits.
That's actually a good sign. It's the feeling of breaking old patterns, old dopamine loops. It shows you're willing to make the real sacrifices.
Resisting what used to be irresistible.
Yeah, whether that's endless scrolling or toxic relationships that just provide comfort or hitting snooze.
That resistance creates the space.
Solitude provides the clear mental space to build the actual plan for winning.
Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive. The final message seems pretty stark. It's uncompromising.
It is be all in or, well, be forgotten.
You already have the greatness inside you. That potential is there, trying to get out. It wants more than just average.
And the key thing to remember is there is always more left in you than you think. Always.
That ache, that burn when you push past your limit.
That's progress made physical. You earned that pain. It means you pushed.
But let's end on that final, maybe most chilling warning. The ultimate cost of not trying, of staying comfortable, operating at, say, 40%.
Right. Because one day, you will look back. We all do.
And what might you see?
You might see that ghost chart, the plot of who you should have been, who you could have become. That haunting realization that you could have had a much bigger, richer life if only you'd been willing to suffer just a little bit more.
If you'd just pushed past that initial fear, that resistance.
Exactly. But the good news, the empowering news, is that the victory, it's available right now. Intellectually, it's yours for the taking.
You just have to claim it. Bring it into reality.
Stake your claim and make it real. And that just cannot happen if you only go halfway.
So this is the moment.
This is the time to believe in that vision again and make it personal. Fully commit.